Now that you're a member of the Toys R Us team, I'd like to talk to you about one of the most important parts of your job. In every task that you perform, we will expect you to be honest, be alert for any loss, and take care of company property. In other words, we're counting on you to be part of our loss prevention team. You don't have to be a loss prevention expert. All you need are these 3 keys: awareness, accuracy, and communication. First, let's define some loss prevention terms. The important word here is prevention. By anticipating potential loss situations and identifying them before they happen, we'll achieve our goal of reducing what we call shrink. Shrink means merchandise and money that is lost in our day-to-day operation. This is a problem because increased shrink means decreased profit. All retailers suffer from shrink, but at Toys R Us, we're doing what we can to be the exception to the rule. There are 2 main types of shrink. Internal shrink results from our own employees' error or dishonesty. External shrink is caused by people outside of the company, mainly through burglary and shoplifting. Now, let's talk about those 3 keys to preventing shrink. First, awareness. Awareness means being alert to what's going on around you. The more familiar you become with the store and the way we do business, the easier it will be for you to recognize shrink situations. Believe me, it's not as difficult as it sounds. From the first day on the job, everyone can help prevent potential losses. For example, I always tell my employees that you can't go wrong by providing good customer service.
I always like to go up to the customers and offer to help instead of waiting for them to come to me.
Customers who need help will be happy you're there, and you'll feel good knowing you were able to help.
Every customer likes to feel like they're getting a special treatment, except that that customer is, a would-be thief. But I think if you go up to them and you offer to help, you usually keep them honest.
So remember, good customer service helps all of us. It's the best deterrent to customer theft. Being aware on the job also applies to your fellow employees. Most Toys R Us employees are honest and would never think of taking advantage of the company. Nevertheless, employee dishonesty and theft do occur, so be on the lookout.
Once I found some radios hidden near the back door where they shouldn't have been, so I told one of my managers. I feel like anyone who's stealing from the company is stealing from me too.
The last company I worked for had a lot of dishonest employees, and they're out of business now, and I don't want that to happen here because this job is really important to me.
If you should actually witness a suspicious incident that involves a customer or an employee, notify a manager immediately. Do not approach the person yourself or attempt to intervene in any way. And this is very important. Never touch the person or try to physically restrain them. If a crime did occur, it's your manager's responsibility to confront the person and handle the situation. We don't expect you to chase after criminals, but we do depend on your awareness and your commitment to loss prevention. The next key to loss prevention is accuracy. We will expect you to be careful and accurate at every task that you perform, whether it's handling merchandise, money, or paperwork. For example, if you're doing a price change, make sure each item is labeled properly and is marked at the correct price. And while you're on the sales floor, pick up any loose pieces of merchandise that you might find.
Once I found a few pieces to a G.I. Joe on the floor, and instead of throwing the pieces away, we were able to match them up and still sell the item.
When you're working at the cash register, being accurate is especially important.
As long as I'm careful with what I'm doing, I can actually take care of more customers because I make less mistakes. And that's good for both of us.
After being trained, you may be called on to complete certain paperwork, such as price change forms, inventory sheets, and receiving logs. Correct information may save the company thousands of dollars and save you and your managers a lot of headaches.
I always try to take the time to fill out forms correctly, and if I'm not sure about something, I don't fake it. What I do is I ask questions to find out how to do the job right.
By being accurate on the job, you'll prevent losses before they have a chance to happen, and the commitment you show is bound to set a good example for your coworkers. Now, let's look at the measures we take to help you be accurate and to do the best possible job. Toys R Us has standard procedures for just about everything we do. From stocking shelves to bagging merchandise, there are guidelines on how to perform a variety of tasks. I'd like to stress that it's extremely important for you to follow these procedures, and you can expect to get feedback from your managers on how you're doing. We have several different audits to check that procedures are being followed and to ensure that you're doing your job safely and correctly. For example, all cash registers are balanced every day.
If a register doesn't balance to the penny, we note the difference on the cashier record card, and then we make sure to discuss it with the person, because being a couple of dollars off, even though it doesn't sound like much, it really does add up.
Another example is the computer reports that monitor register activity.
These reports let me track every item that the cashiers ring up. This way, every morning I can check the discrepancies against what's actually out on the sales floor.
I'd also like to point out that we conduct periodic locker searches, and we may ask to inspect any employee's purse or package. In addition, we have electronic auditing equipment that we use in our stores. When you're out on the sales floor or in the storeroom, notice the large domes hanging from the ceiling. These contain closed-circuit TV cameras that help us maintain the safe operation of the store. Less noticeable is our data module system that allows a manager to view a video screen containing a picture of a cashier along with an electronic display of each item being rung up. With this system, we can make sure that the items are rung up properly and are sold at the correct price. Let me reassure you that our procedures and audits are intended to help you do your job to the best of your ability. You can do your part by being accurate and always following procedures. Of course, if you have any ideas about how to improve a procedure, please let us know. Don't forget that behind the store's cash registers, counters, and carts are people just like you. Which brings us to the third key to loss prevention: communication. Good communication with your coworkers is the best way to keep Toys R Us a pleasant, safe, and honest place to work.
What I like best about being the designated key carrier is that the cashiers can call me when they need help. And I think it's important for our customers to know there's someone nearby to keep things running smoothly.
And don't forget that you can always talk to your managers whenever you have a question, problem, or even a suggestion. We're here to help. Another person who plays an important role on our team is the area loss prevention manager.
Hi. Toys R Us has a number of ways to keep every employee informed and involved in our loss prevention effort. I'm personally involved in selecting topics for the store's monthly Loss Prevention Committee meeting. At each meeting, managers and employees discuss such topics as proper cash handling and accurate price labeling. Each store also creates what we call an action plan. At the beginning of each year, this action plan sets out goals for reducing shrink during the upcoming year. The emphasis is again on team effort and involvement. We also have a poster program that keeps employees involved in shrink awareness every day. Employees submit their own designs to a contest, and every 2 months, the winning poster is professionally reproduced and displayed in every Toys R Us store. We always encourage you to talk with your store managers or your loss prevention manager whenever you witness a suspicious incident. But if you're uncomfortable in any way, or you wish to remain anonymous, there is still someone you can talk to. Toys R Us has set up a 24-hour silent witness hotline. This 1-800 number connects you directly to the national office. You can leave a message regarding any incident or concern you may have, but you do not have to leave your name. I'd like to stress this point again. The silent witness program is completely confidential. When it comes to preventing a loss, your identity is not important, but your commitment is. In recognition of your loss prevention efforts, Toys R Us will issue a partnership award to qualified employees who provide information leading to the termination of another employee for theft or other crimes. The award is at least $200 or up to 10% of the case value, and is issued with a certificate of appreciation. As with the silent witness, this award is strictly confidential. Toys R Us has made a commitment to loss prevention, and now that you're part of our team, I'm confident you'll do the same.
Well, there you have it. We've talked about how awareness, accuracy, and communication are your keys to being an important part of our loss prevention program. So what are the benefits of preventing losses and reducing shrink? The benefit is this. Every dollar saved means an extra dollar of profit that we get to keep. By we, I mean you and the rest of our Toys R Us team. The more honest the work environment, the more profitable our business will become. And that means you'll be able to work more hours, earn more money, and enjoy more benefits. They say that honesty is the best policy, and at Toys R Us, we take our policy 3 steps further, with awareness, accuracy, and communication. Your keys to loss prevention.